It's not even focusing on me. Just focus on the focusing.
I'm focused on the focusing. I'll tell you if you get blurry. That's going to be my sole job, is just to look at this and tell you if you're blurry.
Okay. Well, thank you. Do you want to start? You can introduce yourself.
Hey.
Maybe a little bit louder so the camera picks
Hey! Okay.
We're not going to get anything done.
No, we're not.
I should probably close the door because cats are assholes. Also, you might...
What if we're like telling secrets too? I don't know. Girls only. Okay. What do I say? My name's Demi.
Hi.
What's up, guys?
Hello, readers.
Hello.
I'm Amy. I was your nonfiction feminist, and then I changed my name because I decided that I changed it to just like my name because I thought that nonfiction feminist was like a little limiting, which I thought the feminist part was gonna freak people out, but apparently I've gotten feedback that the nonfiction part
is what freaks people out.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, hello. This is friend Demi, and this is Amy, your typical talker person. This is gonna be great though. I like the laughing.
It's true.
All right.
I feel so like on the spot.
Because you are on the spot. This is
Make sure I don't have a double chin.
So, linked up in the corner will be my video for the Read Some Friggin' Books-a-thon that I'm doing with Joshana. And Demi is also doing the Read Some Friggin' Books-a-thon.
Only not nearly as cool, because mine's only on Facebook, and you're also part of it.
Yes. So, I'm co-hosting the Read Some Friggin' Books-a-thon, and she is one of my readers. And then she decided to also do a part for the Read Some Friggin' Books-a-thon, and I am one of her readers.
It's true. It's really readception.
Although I'm actually going to read less books this year.
That's your
because
goal.
I have college stuff coming up in a couple months. It'll still be more than I've read in years previously, except for last year.
That's fair.
How many books are you reading this year, by the way?
My goal is 36 plus 8 bonus books.
8 bonus books. What do you get for the bonus books?
High fives.
Okay, I will be there to give you high fives.
I haven't decided that yet. I just finished my list yesterday, and so I'm thinking...
yes, she has a very cool list of goals.
The coolest list.
Hopefully she will remember to send me photos so I could, have a nice little photo insert right here of all of her awesome goals.
Yeah, you can put it there.
But anyways, here's what we're here to talk about, is not just our reading goals, but how we're going to meet those reading goals. So, I have a list. We just had a discussion about how we like to write lists and have lists of lists and stuff.
And I dropped the ball on making my list because I make too many other lists.
You make lists of lists and forget to
make the actual important list. Yeah. Yep.
So, we're going to talk about how we're going to get to our goals. Basically, how do you read more? Because I read 109 books last year, and I'm just like, do I have a life?
23.
Which is good. It's very good. It's more than some people read.
I will say that is 23 more books than I read the year before that, and I would like to say
you didn't
that
read
it's
anything
mostly
the
no.
year before?
I love reading.
You joined my book club though. You're such a reader.
That's what made me read. Because I was like, I need to get back into that. I'm going to join book club. And then I met you and I'm like, fuck yeah. Oh.
Book club. It's fine. Okay. It's fine. I don't care. Book club is one of my points.
Yes. It works.
So Demi will start us off by talking about book clubs and how they help you read more.
So not only the social pressure. No, I'm just kidding.
So much pressure. Much pressure.
It really, it's motivational, especially when you're buddy reading. We're buddy reading House of Leaves right now.
And then we're going to also be buddy reading A Heart's Invisible Furies.
Yes.
So many buddy reads. I told her about my 16,000 buddy reads.
And 1 page into that, and I'm probably going to get the audiobook. But book club, so I was, being that creeper, and I was like, I don't have any friends here. Well, friends that do, I was trying to, broaden my horizons, and so I'm Googling book clubs, and her Facebook page came up on what I Can Read You Like a Book.
Yeah.
And
I Can Read You Like a Book Club, which only lasted, a year because people stopped showing up.
I know.
But still.
But it worked. It worked out well. See, I think all things happen for a reason, and it was just brought us together.
And I tried to do something different. So instead of saying, we all have to read To Kill a Mockingbird, which is part of the reason why I hated that book so much in high school, it was, whatever you're reading, bring it to book club, and we'll talk about it. And it was like,
which was a selling point for me.
Books.
That was a selling point for me, because I was like, this is going to give me so many good ideas on what to read next.
And also, I got her to read Perfume, which she liked the movie better, but whatever. It's fine.
So, one, the guy was hot, which made it better. And the book was very, like, fluffy. Like, it was... Fluffy. There was a lot of...
A book about a murderer with an exquisite sense of smell is fluffy.
Well, considering what I usually read. No, I mean, like, in the sense of, like, it had a lot of words that fluffed it up that... I mean, it was very beautiful writing. I will hand you that. Like, it was
fluffy writing.
Gorgeous, yes. But there was...
If you call that story fluffy, then I'm...
Not the premise of it. I mean, no, not that. But the actual, like... I don't know, it was just... I found my mind wandering sometimes.
For shame.
I know.
For shame.
I know.
So anyways, book clubs, buddy reads. Like I said, I have so many buddy reads. I'm punishing myself this month, apparently.
I am thoroughly impressed with your amount of buddy reads. You were like, she was listing them off to me today, and I was just like...
Okay, I'm buddy reading Heart's Invisible Furies with Murphy Napier, and now with Demi. I'm buddy reading House of Leaves with Demi, with our other friend, with Murphy, and then a person at Shades of Orange. Why is her name escaping me right now? Her and 2 other people also wanted to buddy read House of Leaves, so I got in on them too, because House of Leaves is a project, so the more people you have, the better, really. I'm buddy reading Mr. Mercedes with Hillary from Melted Books. I was talking to Jashana, co-host for this, and she's going to read Tree Grows in Brooklyn at some point this year, so I want to buddy read that with her.
I've never heard of that book.
And it's a classic. I want to buddy read Girl with the Dragon Tattoo with Nicole from A Beautiful Chaos of Books, and with Care Kiplin. And I sent a copy. Yeah, I sent a copy of Stepford Wives to Hillary from Melted Books, and we're gonna buddy read that next month.
Peer pressure. That's how you read more.
That's the whole point of this spiel. Is peer pressure helps, and then we're also like. We have the Read Some Friggin' Books-a-thon thing that we're each other's, like, readers for, as well as a bunch of other people. And then someone else added me to a book club on Facebook, and then I added her onto that book club. So we have, like, more friends to share reading with. Yeah. That's a lot.
That's so much.
What else do I have? Get Goodreads. So, yes, Goodreads is an old, very crappy website, but it has... it has the challenge thing for every year that you can set, and then you kind of, like, feel the pressure for that. But also, don't, like, put yourself down at the end of the year. A lot of people are like, oh, I didn't meet my goal. And it's like, that's fine. The point is that you worked on your goal. And, like, Goodreads shows you working towards your goal, and then you see all these people reading these books, and you're like, oh, that cover's pretty. I want to read it.
I didn't meet my goal last year. By one.
By one? But I'm still really proud of you, because you were so close.
I was really close, and I would have, but I was, what was it, the last book that Pet Sematary or something like that. And I missed it by like 3 days, and I was like, yeah, I guess I'll count it.
Did you start it in the old year?
I did.
Count it.
It count? I made my goal!
I would count that, because I also,
Goodreads didn't count it.
If I start, fuck Goodreads. If I start a book in 2019 and I finished it in 2020, like House of Leaves, I'm still going to count the whole thing for 2020, because I finished it then. Just like for 2019, well, you started it in 2019, so you can cheat. No one's counting this. Like,
that's true.
You can totally cheat.
I was just going by what Goodreads was telling me. So
I already gave you my opinion on Goodreads.
23 out of 24. Damn it.
Audiobooks. Talk about audiobooks. Our next point is audiobooks.
I love audiobooks. I'm just going to say it. I know that everybody's like, they're inferior, blah, blah, blah. No. Studies have shown they activate the same parts of the brain. And that your comprehension is usually better.
Really?
Uh-huh. Because I can't remember, I'll have to see if I can find the article, but it helps you get more emotionally involved in the book when you're hearing, and like they do the different voices and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I listen to them when I'm working, when I'm cleaning, when I'm driving, sometimes in the shower.
See, I could not get into audiobooks, and I think a lot of that was, I kind of thought they were the same thing as podcasts, which I don't really listen to any podcasts.
I love podcasts.
But like a year ago-ish, I started listening to audiobooks, and I found that sweet spot when I'm doing chores. Sometimes when I'm driving, but it really depends on my mindset, and it depends on the book. And that's the other thing that I found. If it's nonfiction, I vastly prefer the physical book. If it's fiction, audiobook. I would make an exception for fantasy, though, because fantasy usually has a lot going on. Or like Stephen King, if he's got 1,000,001 characters, I'd rather read the physical book.
That's how I felt about The Winter People. I was listening to the audiobook, and I was just like, I can't keep track of it.
Or Heart's Invisible Furies. She just rented the ebook, and she might end up buying the audiobook, which I think she should do, because the audiobook narrator is amazing. An Irish accent. Come on.
Which is really dope. Speaking of Irish accents, did you read Sometimes I Lie?
No.
Oh, you should read it.
I should read it. What's it about?
It's about a chick that sometimes lies.
I would never have guessed.
Anyway, I'm sometimes, there was supposed to be a prequel or a sequel, Sometimes I Kill. Ended up, like, trailing off into its own book, and it was called, I Know Who You Are, and I just finished that audiobook, and the narrator that does that is fucking bomb, and she does a really good Irish accent, and that one is better than Sometimes I Lie. So if you start with one, you should start with that one.
Got it.
But there's also animal abuse and child abuse in it, so...
Get a library card for multiple reasons. Not just so that you spend less money on books, because books are expensive, and if the money is something that is keeping you from reading, then get a library card. But also, the Libby app, which I love, or some people use Overdrive. I struggle with Overdrive. I like Libby better. Personal preference.
Can you do the ebooks on Libby too?
Yeah.
For some odd reason, I can only do audiobooks, and
Libby
I do the
gives you
Overdrive.
a choice of doing ebooks on Libby or just moving it over to your Kindle.
Oh, maybe that's what I have then. Okay.
I don't know. That's all I had. Get a library card. It's less expensive, and it's gonna help me, hopefully, with my goal of sticking to buying 12 books this year, even though I've already bought 2, and I'm planning my 3rd purchase, and it's only January 9th as we're filming this. I can totally survive this year without going over 12 books.
Are you counting the Brooklyn library card?
So, she got a card with the Brooklyn Library.
Best decision ever.
$50 for a year because we're from out of state. And that is going to count towards one of my 12 book purchases. Because, lots of opportunity. But also the whole point of my low buy is to save money, and it's $50. So.
Mm-hmm. And in the Libby app, it's really easy to switch between libraries, and if you're borrowing from multiple libraries, all of your books will show up on your shelf no matter what.
Awesome.
Yeah, so it makes it super easy.
I haven't tried Libby with multiple libraries yet.
Oh, I wish I would have brought the card. They send you a physical library card. I don't know why. Like, I'm gonna, cruise over to New York and...
Yeah, what if you happen to be in New York? You don't know what you're doing. I don't know.
But it's where the wild things are on there, and they're so cute. And it comes with one, an actual card and then a keyring card, and I kind of just want to put the keyring card on my keyring because it's...
You should.
It's cute.
It's for decoration.
Be like, why do you have a Brooklyn library card? I'll be like, don't you judge me.
Don't judge us for our library choices.
It's not... Okay, so our library, we live...
It's the biggest city in our state, which most people who are not from our state think it's a town. But it is a city, because there's 100,000 and some...
I think that sounds right.
Ish. And it's the biggest city in the state.
But our library is shit. They have one copy and there's 20 people waiting because they'd have nothing.
One physical Margaret Atwood book in the whole library.
So for us, it's worth it to pay the $50 because they have multiple copies.
If you already live in New York, then cool, you're not paying the $50.
Yes. But if you're outside, it's definitely worth it.
Mm-hmm. DNFing. This is a big one for me. So I used to have this thing where I had to finish the book. I was already this far and I might as well see it through. And then last year I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna let it go I'm going to forgive myself for putting down a book, and I will link my DNF video up in the corner. It's a long video, because I DNF'd a lot of books. But for all of the DNFing that I did, I still made it to 109 books, because by deciding I can't do this, I'm going to put it down, I avoided a lot of slumps, which is awesome, because being in a book slump sucks.
It does.
And I didn't feel like I was wasting my time on something that I wasn't enjoying. I could move on to something that I loved. And I read 109 books last year, so I think that in itself is proof that DNFing works.
I feel like I need to be that person. I need to just, like...
Forgive yourself.
Let go. Like, my DNFing is like, oh, I'll get back to it. I'll get back to it. I'll get back to it until I forget about it. And then I don't have to consciously make that decision. But I feel like if
Which is also a reason to have Goodreads, because then you see this pile up, and then you're like, I should probably drop something.
But I feel like making that conscious decision is like, hashtag self-care 2020. Like, don't do it if you don't want to fucking do it. Like, don't force yourself to do it. Which,
self-care
that's going to be one of my, that's going to be my resolution.
DNFing is also a form of
self-care.
Always do that one. I made notes. I'm trying to keep it back and forth.
Always have a book on you.
Always.
Always.
I have the Kindle. I have Audible. I have Libby. My husband purposely got me a large purse.
I was going to say, I've been carrying around a tote.
My mom got me a tote for Christmas.
Yeah. I like it. I feel... I can't also make lists, though. So I'm like... I don't know. I have just started reading on my phone. For some odd reason, I had this, like... I don't know, like, a version of, like, I'm just gonna look like I'm on my phone. It's still considered screen time. But I don't think it is if you're reading. Like, if you're on your phone. What's the difference between that and a Kindle or, like, a tablet? It's just smaller, right?
It's, like, now you can get the Kindle app on your phone. So instead of paying almost $1,000 for a phone and several $100s for a Kindle, now you can just have the phone and have everything on there. People will still judge you because they'll still just see you looking at your phone, but you will know that you're reading. Which brings me to another point. Whenever I try and tell people to read and they're all like, I don't have the time to, that really annoys me. There are some people who legitimately don't have time to read, but I think that there is a big difference between not having time to read and not wanting to have time to read.
Or making time. So, like, you would be surprised how many little 10-minute, like, places you can, like, read a chapter or whatever, and it adds up while you're waiting in line at the grocery store.
When you can, like, speed them up. And I love listening to audiobooks in the grocery store.
Yeah, like, you're shopping, you're in Walmart, you're doing your thing, and you're like, don't fucking talk to me. Bonus. Killing two birds with one stone.
Waiting rooms.
Yes.
I've been in so many doctor and dentist waiting rooms. Especially doctors. You know, they just have you sit there and sit there and sit there. Forever. Bring a book! Just bring a book. It gives you something to do. Or when I was waiting at the vet today.
Oh, yeah, that would...
Well, book, I'm also including phone in that.
Okay.
Like I said, Kindle, audio.
All of the... Okay.
All of the above.
And
just, I am known for having, like, 4 books on my person at a time.
I know. Every time so, fun fact. Every time I hang out with Amy... Every single time. We'll just be meeting up for coffee or whatever, and she's just like... with her stack of, like, 4 books. Just chilling. They're just having coffee with us. She's not going to open them.
When I went to your house today, I had 1 book, and I left it in my car.
I'm so proud of you.
I figured that we would be talking when I was in your house. So it stayed in my car, but I did have a book on me, and it would have made a tonk sound.
Yeah, it would have.
It's a big hardcover book.
Every single time. It's like, let's meet up for coffee. Also, my 7 books are going to join us.
I mean, that's why we're friends.
We just need to, like, pull up a chair for them, and they can have their own little spot. And it can
yes, my books would love to have their own spot. Can my books have some tea, please? Yeah. Not on the books, but like set it in front of them. We'll take a nice picture. And...
Yeah, exactly, for the aesthetic.
Aesthetics are everything.
I like that though. I like that about you. I want to be that person that just like is that. Yeah, I just want you just look at people and you're just like. You fucking go, girl. Like, you do you.
I have a couple more. When looking for books, I have so many things on looking for books. Find a book that you totally relate to and totally and completely see yourself in. Or, alternatively, pick up a fantasy book because they're, like, super popular and it relates to your life not at all and helps you escape.
Or do what I do, and if there's anything about murder and killing, then you pick it up.
Yeah, we were having this conversation. She's either going to be the friend that kills me or the friend that solves my murder.
Solves the murder.
She says
I would never kill
murder,
you.
But
I mean, I might kill somebody else, but I won't kill you.
Okay, good to know. I'm still a little
Maybe cut that
vague.
part out. There's like, this bitch is a serial killer.
No, that's staying in.
Oh no,
it's awesome. You're gonna be my serial killer friend.
I just like very macabre, very dark. Like, it's because I personally can't think like that, so it fascinates me to like listen to or read about or any of that kind of stuff.
I'm fascinated with it, but I can't go as dark as she can. Like, whenever we first met, I had Criminal Zoo, and I hated it. Like, it was so dark that I couldn't stomach it. It's one of her favorite books.
I loved it. I read it in like a day.
Have the book. Just have it. Take it.
I mean, the part where...
Because you've got this guy who committed crimes, and then he's put in the criminal zoo where, like, people can pay to beat him up or something. It was...
Okay, so it's from the mind of the serial killer, and he gets caught for these crimes, and it talks about, you know, his like backstory and all that kind of stuff, and he gets a choice. He can either stay in this room that has nothing in it, and it's bright white, and it's white. There's no day, no night. It's light all the fucking time.
There's no
nothing.
No stimulation whatsoever.
Or he can push this button and go to the zoo, and if he lasts a year in the zoo, he gets to go free. But when they go to the zoo, yeah, tempting, right? But they know that when they get sent to the zoo, people can pay, or like there's different tiers, so people can come in and watch. Or people can pay and they can act out the crimes that the murderer had committed. So like he gets dark. Yeah. And so he gets like his fucking eyes almost cut out, but they can't kill him. So they'll stop, like the guard will step in and be like, no.
You know, I feel like I read that part. He was talking about like having gauze or goggles.
Yeah, and like, well, I mean, and it's one of those books that really like morally, like you're like, okay, I could see like eye for an eye. But then like coming from his point of view where it's like he, you know, ends up in the infirmary and it's all he can do, like just dreading to go back out there. And it's just like, you also feel kind of sympathetic for him. Like you're like,
even though you read his backstory and you're like...
And yeah, he killed the lady and buried her alive while she was pregnant. He's like, is the baby dead? Or is it gonna die? Is it gonna suffocate in there? Like...
Where's the line here?
Yeah.
In this book, there was no line.
There was no
really.
line. It was so good, though. Like, the writing was meh, but I just loved the story. I ate that shit up.
Nice. What else did just in general, just watch BookTube. Like, watch it in like, there is a booktuber out there for everyone, and you're gonna find books that sound really interesting, which is another thing. If you have your eye on a book, and you see it keeps popping up across these channels, you get more and more interested in it until you're like, I need to read that book, and there's your drive. Your need to read. Also
on the Facebook, the groups, like I have the monthly one, and they pick books or whatever. I don't really usually participate in that part, but, I read Lock Every Door and The Whisper Man, and there was another one because of that. Because I kept seeing it over and over and over again. And I was like, that looks good. Everybody's talking about that. Looks good. And they were fucking good. Now I'm waiting for The Silent Patient. That's going to be my next one.
Silent Patient, I hear a lot of different things on.
Yeah.
Like, it looks like the book itself was good and the ending was like, meh.
I feel like that's a lot of books, though.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes I lie, like that book. Like, I liked it up until the end, and then I was just like, what? Like, what?
Yes. But yeah, just give yourself the drive. Book clubs, finding books that you're interested in, and
finding the joy in it. Like, don't make it a chore or
like. My last point is make time for it. But again, like she said, don't make it a chore. Like, make time for it, but enjoy yourself.
Well, like I do. Like, I set aside, like, usually about, like, half hour to an hour every night before I go to bed. And it helps me wind down. It helps me, like, you know, kind of decompress. And having it scheduled in, like, I know it's coming up. I plan for it. But if I'm not feeling it that night, I don't do it. You know? But it's nice to have it scheduled and set aside. Like, it's just...
Well, and that's the other thing.
Makes a habit.
If people are telling me I don't have any time to read, then I'm also thinking, do you have any downtime at all? Because going back to self-care, you need downtime at some point. You need time to relax.
And the thing about it is, like, I'm a huge movie buff, and I watch a lot of Netflix and all that kind of stuff too. But
my Netflix is cut way down.
I was gonna say you have to pick, and if it's every other day,
it's an interesting move because I was watching Netflix so much that by the time I really started concentrating on books, it was weird. Like I couldn't concentrate on a book for more than 10 minutes at a time. I enjoyed it, but I was used to something faster and being able to have that visual.
Yeah.
And nowadays I'm just like, Netflix or books? Well, Netflix is like kind of what I want to do, but there's this book that I'm really into right now.
Yeah.
And anymore I'll look at shows on Netflix and I'm like,
well, and I'm
not really that interested.
I don't want to, this is going to sound horrible, but I've noticed that, my vocabulary and speaking and stuff has improved since I started reading again.
There's probably studies about that.
Yeah, just from just watching TV and stuff, I don't know, it just seems like I retain...
You're being more active with it, too. Because
the
TV is another thing that you'll, have on in the background.
Yeah.
Whereas a book is more something that I find myself concentrating on. Although, movies brings me to another point that I didn't write down, is adaptations. If you want to get into reading, or if you're interested in a book that you think you'll struggle with, especially classics, watch the movie adaptation. That'll help you get a gist of, what's happening in the book. And see if you make it an easier read.
Like The Exorcist. Did you finish
I have not watched The Exorcist, but I read The Exorcist.
You did.
I finished it. I think I would like it better as audio, because I was reading in, little baby bits instead of reading in chunks.
William Peter Blatty, I think his name
William
is.
Peter Blatty.
He does the audiobook, too. And he was also heavily, heavily, heavily involved in the movie.
Which is probably why the movie turned out so well.
So good. I have it. It was, I was probably...
I'm scared to watch it.
This is why I'm so fucked up, I think. So I watched that for the first time when I was 7 or something like that. And it was one of those things, my mom was watching and I was like, can I watch it with you? And she's like, you're gonna get scared. And I was like, no, I'm not. And she's like, okay, well, if you get scared, you're cover your eyes or whatever. This is your warning. That's it. I stopped halfway through and went in the other living room and started watching Fern Gully. Because I was so scared.
I was 16 and I watched the first 10 minutes and I slept in my parents' bedroom for the next 2 days.
My mom was also that person that, my mom, she's the reason.
My 5-year-old niece will go over to my mother-in-law's, and you never know. She's either going to watch this, most mindless kids show, or she's going to watch a scary movie. I believe she has already seen The Exorcist at 5 years old. She loves her scary movies, and I'm like, you're twisted.
She's little girl is twisted. I feel like I just like that stuff. I'm desensitized to it.
I mean I think my husband's really into horror too.
Yeah. So. Don't get me wrong. If it's real life stuff, I follow Miss Angemi and stuff on Instagram, and I think it's interesting. But dude, if I saw some of that stuff in real life, I think it'd be a whole nother ball game.
Mm-hmm. And for Chris, it's a coping skill because my husband dealt with a lot of night terrors as a kid, and so he would read horror books to try and desensitize himself to it. And now, he loves writing short stories and starting on books and stuff, and it's all horror related. And then I feel like he's a snob because he'll watch a horror movie and be like, that was so stupid, it was so poorly done, and he should have done this and this and this, and it's just
that's what's so good. That's the 90% of why I love horror movies though, because they're just so ridiculous. Zombievers. Have you seen that?
I haven't seen it, but I've seen the ads for it, and I'm what in the world is this?
It's so ridiculous, but I love it.
He's also a B-movie buff.
Well, yeah, so he would, yeah.
Anyways, this was us talking about how to read more. And
I think we did an okay job. I feel like I didn't really add a whole lot to it.
I think you were awesome.
Oh, good. Thanks.
So, we will see you later then. Subscribe, and ring the notification bell, which I feel like I always forget people to do.
Yeah.
Be my friend on social media. I
and
post
leave a comment.
On Wednesdays, Sundays. Leave a comment. I do my best to respond to every single comment until YouTube stops telling me that people are commenting. Or, it won't tell me that people have commented on my comments.
I'll create a screenshot them all and be like, did you answer this one yet? Did you see this one?
Yes. So, we will see you in the future. She will definitely be back, or she better be back.
Or what?
Or you'll have to solve your own.
Ah!
Bye, friends.